Welcome to all. I am Ravichandran. I am basically a science teacher. I am having nearly 30 years experience in this field. So I want to, whatever I have in my mind, I want to explore to everyone. That is why I started this. So today we will see the basic about our science. Because I love science, I want to teach science to everyone. So today we will see what is your science. So from the science itself you can see it is going to deal with your nature. So nature is going to be all your universe. So what is there in your universe and what are the questions we are going to have? We are going to explore everything in this topic. So when you want to briefly study about this science, you have three major topics in your science which gives you the details about it. The first one is going to be your physics. The second is going to be the chemistry. The third topic will be your biology. So today we will see the introduction about these three topics today. So what is physics? Physics is going to be just like a study of matter. So what is the meaning of this? Is actually the matter is going to be what is around us. I'll tell you what is the link between all the three subjects. That also I'll tell you. Study of matter. Suppose you take a textbook. You want to read the content of the textbook. So how will you read it? Either you will use a language, either English, Tamil, Hindi, Marathi or whatever it is. You need a language to read your text. Similarly, here also, when you want to read your science, you need a language. That is what is physics. That is why we tell that physics is nothing but study of matter. Okay. Next comes to this second subject. That is your matter. We are going to learn about your matter. So what is matter? Matter is basically made up of atoms. That is what is your basic element in the universe. So that is what we are going to learn in detail about this matter in chemistry. What is biology? Biology is nothing but we are going to learn about your living things and non-living things. Together we will be learning under your biology. So which is going to briefly explain what is the word life. Based on this word only, we are going to learn your biology. You may ask me, everybody will be telling it is a study of plants and animals. Okay, that is behind. So plants is a living things, animals is a living. And you're also learning about your earth, atmosphere, everything in your biology. That is why I use the word life. What is the meaning of this is, life is a word actually which is going to distinguish between your living things and your non-living things. Together we are going to learn under the topic what is called as your biology. So basically when you want to learn about your science, you should be very clear with your physics, chemistry and biology. So all these questions, what all the questions we are going to have, that will be explained by your scientist. So if anybody want to take it, just take the notes. This is a basic of your science. Then we will go into the subject of physics today. I'll give you a small topic in your physics today. So I told you about your physics. Physics is nothing but your study of matter. Without this, you cannot study your science. So when you talk about your physics, you have so many topics in your physics. For example, when you want to divide your physics, you can divide like this. Classical physics. The next one is going to be the modern physics. So under your classical physics, you will be learning all these topics. Mechanics, optics, okay, electromagnetism. Just I'm giving you the examples of the topics, okay. So all these topics you will be learning under your classical physics. The next is going to be the modern physics where you will be learning your quantum physics. So here itself, quantum physics, atomic physics, All this will come under your modern physics. That is, I already told you, the name itself tells you quantum atomic means you'll be learning your chemistry here. So the chemistry will be linked with your modern physics. So these two are going to be the important topics you'll be learning under your physics subject. So out of which I want to teach you today about the first topic, the basically about your mechanics today. I think I'm making you clear about the topic basically. Then we will enter into your topics detail in coming sections. So what is mechanics? Before this topic, you have in your earlier stages, they'll be learning the measurement. That is the first topic in physics. How we learn our alphabets, no? Like that is what is your measurement here. So the next major topic in your physics is going to be the mechanics. Mechanics is going to talk about the objects, the characteristics of the objects. So when you want to learn your mechanics, the two major topics in your mechanics is going to be your statics and dynamics. So today I want to teach you the basic outline of this, that's all. So statics is going to refer the objects which is going to be at rest. So any object which is going to be at rest, what is the character, how it is going to move, everything we will be learning under the topic statics. So what is dynamics? That is nothing but motion. You can take it as motion, momentum, anything you can take. If I am going to drive a car, I am moving. So that you'll be learning all the driving cars will be under your dynamics topics. So any object which is going to move, what will be the characteristics of that particular object, that you will be learning under your dynamics. I think I made you clear about it. So next we'll continue with this. Continue means what is the meaning of here is your dynamics. So when you talk about your dynamics, that is also again divided into two classes. One is going to be the kinetics. The other one is going to be kinematics. So what is kinetics? That is also going to refer your motion only. You may tell, then if it is going to be the same, what is the difference here is, in the case of your kinetics, you will be involving the word what is called as force. You may ask, any object which moves, it needs the force. Without force, the object will be only at rest. Only when you give suppose I have a pen here. This pen is going to be at rest condition. Okay. Suppose I want to move, this is what you can see the very good example here. This pen is going to be at rest condition. That means that if I want to learn, it is white in color, everything I can get is writes in red color, everything. So that means that I am learning the characteristics of this pen which is going to be at rest condition. That is what we are going to learn under the topic statics. Okay. Now what I am doing here is with my help of my fingers, I am giving a force. Automatically the pen is moving. So that is called is your dynamics. So when the object is going to be at rest, when you are going to apply a force to the object is going to move in this direction. So when you talk about your force, I am automatically using the word direction. So which direction I am going to give the force? According to that, my object is going to move. So that only I call as your dynamics. I think I made you clear about it. So when you talk about your kinetics, I am involving the word what is called as force. Without force, the object will not move. So when I am defining my force, it comes under the topic kinematics. Then what is this kinematics? Here also we are going to apply the force, but here we will not define it. I think it's clear. Here we will be defining the force. We'll give importance to the force and then we will explain the motion of the objects. But in the case of your kinematics, the force is involved, but we will not define it. We will be talking only about the characteristics of the objects, but not about the force. So that is a major difference between your kinetics and your kinematics. So if you have made it clear, this mechanics topics is very, very easy for you. So today, just when you talk about your motion, you have different types of motion, curvilinear, periodic, circular, like that you have so many types of motions. So all that we'll be covering in the coming sections. I think I made you clear. If you have any doubt, you can always contact me with my email or my phone number. Thank you for listening. Thank you all.